Alrighty, you guys. Let's get this thing started. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy. And I am so excited to be here with you guys today. So as you may notice, my voice is a little bit crazy, and I know that some of y'all are regular viewers, and y'all are like, you said the first, second, and fourth. Where were you last week? Your girl was down bad, okay? I was sick. I was down bad last week. I could barely get out of bed. Thank God for an amazing team. You were just talking about me. Probably wonder where I was. So last week I was not in the office. I was absolutely sick. It was hard. My whole house was down, which made it worse. For those of you guys that are working entrepreneurs that are also like moms and wives, and when everybody is sick, you sick, but you still got to take care of that other person. So last week was hard. I am sorry I missed it, but I promised y'all 3 lives per month. That's what you are going to get. So I will be live next week as well. Super excited to talk to you guys about this week. But for those of y'all who are new, welcome to Wine and Wellness. I am here on Wednesdays. I am Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Alise. We are a Houston-based natural skincare and spa company, and then we have the Camellia Alise Academy, where we certify students in non-invasive laser lipo, and a whole bunch of other aesthetics, and we have some facial aesthetics classes. We're waiting on the final approval from the state of Texas that we will be introducing next month. Super excited. So really excited to have you guys here. And y'all know, I see, welcome y'all, welcome. Thank y'all so much for joining me. And I see that a few of y'all are commenting. As you know, I ain't got my glasses on, so I'm gonna be coming back and forth to read y'all's comments as we go through it. Oh, thank you. Glad that I'm better. Yeah, so y'all, I know a lot of y'all listen to me, so you can hear that I'm a little bit more congested than normal, so y'all bear with me. Also, for those of you who have your wine, this is Wine and Wellness, so y'all toast. Have an amazing rest of the week. Toast for making it this far. But as you can see, I'm drinking water. Once again, your girl's on antibiotics. So, toast to each and every one of you guys. So let's get into this thing. So next week, I am going to be talking to you guys about something very technical. I'm going to be bringing out a couple machines. I'm excited to do that. But this week, I'm going to talk about marketing in today's economy, y'all, and how to really recession-proof your business. Because I am seeing so many people, and I do thank God, I look a lot. It's not really as many of my students, but I see a lot of people giving up in today's economy. I know they keep throwing around the word recession, and people are spending differently, and I thank God that our books are full, but what are you guys doing to recession-proof your business? So today I kind of wanted to talk about recession-proofing your spa and some of the things that you can do to make sure that you survive, and not just survive, but you thrive in today's economy. Now, first of all, let me say this. I talked about this a couple weeks ago, but you guys need to be capitalizing on the fact that right now we are still in the beginning of 2023. This is when everybody comes around and says, I want to do more self-care stuff. I want to do more stuff for me. I want to do more stuff to take care of my body. I don't want to have, surgery, or I don't want to have a BBL. Is there another way for me to do it? The non-invasive body sculpting industry, you guys, is a $1 billion industry and growing. Okay, so even though there are some people who are letting go, there are a whole lot of people that are holding on and still doing extremely well. We are one of them. I literally just had to turn down a party of 4 ladies for next week because we can't take them. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but we already got 10 massages, 5 sculpting appointments, 8 foot detoxes. We can't take anything more on the Saturday. That's a blessing, but I want you guys to be in that same place. So a couple things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The first one is being proactive, not reactive. And I did talk about this at the beginning of the year, but I explained that our theme for the year excuse me, is planning equals profitability. That is what me and my staff are this entire year. Every staff meeting we have, we're talking about it, talking about it, talking about it. But at the end of the day, we stop sending out things when times get scary. We pull back and we're like, oh, okay, I don't know. What should I do? I don't know what I should do. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be reacting to the environment. You should be planning ahead. Okay. We do not operate out of scarcity. So, one of the things that I'm going to tell you guys to do as a business, and this is something I had to learn the hard way. When you are busy, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, but when you are busy, you need to be saving, because there will be a time when you will be slower. And so you have to save for those times so that when things are slower, it's not a surprise for you. You know, you need to be looking at the trends of your business and saying, you know what? In January, February, we typically make this much, but it slows down in March. So let me plan and be proactive instead of being reactive. Make sure that you continue your marketing. Don't just think, okay, well, the economy is getting bad. Let me slow down on my marketing. No, this is the time when you consistently market. Let me just tell you that consistency wins. The reason that I am so good at what I do is because I have been consistent. Some of you guys may be new followers. You may not know me. You may think, oh, okay, who is this lady? I've been doing these treatments. I've been a certified medical aesthetics practitioner since 2011. I didn't even start my business until 2016, but I've been around a long time, and I've been consistently marketing my business. I've been consistently making sure that I put things out there for my team. So you want to make sure that you are consistently putting things out there and attracting new clients. You want to make sure that you're smart about your spending and promoting your services. So do not be reactive and wait on things to happen. Make sure that you are planning ahead. That's tip number one. So be proactive, not reactive. Reactive. The second thing is have cash flow on hand. So that's when I told you guys, when the getting is good, that's when you want to save, because you might be thinking, oh girl, I'm making $80,000 a month. I'm making $50,000 a month. Guess what? There may be a month where you make $10,000. Okay. So do you have enough to cover your expenses? So the rule of thumb is to have 6 months of operating expenses. Like if I didn't have to pay my team a dime, right? I could still cover the rent, the utilities, whatever those like those main operating things. I can't do it. I can't do without a building, right? I can't do without lights or without the internet. So whatever those main operating expenses are, you want to just put some money aside and make sure that you have that money set aside, so that if something happens and not one client comes in this month because, I don't know, something crazy happened, or hell, COVID happens and I can't, even allow clients into the spa, I am still able to keep my business going. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have cash flow on hand. And let me also tell you this, banks are looking at you. And when you want or need, let me not say want, when you need a loan, when you get to the place where you're like, oh my God, we were making $80,000 each month. Now I'm only making $10,000. I'm burning through all my reserves. I need a loan. The moment that you need a loan is the moment that the bank doesn't want to give you a loan. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have cash flow on hand to say, look, yeah, our cash flow, our revenue is a little bit slower, but I have cash in the reserves. So if I borrow $100K from you, I can still pay it back. That is what banks are looking for. So you have to make sure that you have cash flow on hand, even in slow times, so that if something happens, you're able to get emergency money. If you are going from making $80,000 to making $10,000, or making $50,000 and now you're making $5,000, but you want a bank to give you a loan, or you want an investor to come in, they're gonna be like, well, how are you gonna pay me back if I invest? So you have to have cash flow on the side to say, look, I can still cover it at the end of the day. If I don't make $1, I've got money set aside. So make sure that you guys have cash flow, okay? And by the way, thank you guys so much, everybody that is tuning in. Make sure that if you're watching us on YouTube, that you guys continue to subscribe. And for those of you guys that are on Instagram, I come on every week. I never mention this, but y'all can buy badges. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep the information flowing. All right. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is sticking to the fundamentals of business. Okay. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you do, and this is something that I took a course in leadership and in business, and I really worked with a one-on-one business consultant for the past 2.5 years, but I really just implemented this in 2023. Key performance indicators, okay? KPIs. If you ever hear a business person talking about KPIs, key performance indicators. Every single person that works for me, including me, has a key performance indicator. For example, the person who answers the phone, okay? If the person who answers the phone talks to 10 people and all 10 of them are interested in spa services, but only one person books, that means 1 out of 10. That means that my receptionist has a 10% booking rate. That's awful. You talk to 10 people, okay? 10 people that wanted to get a spa service and only one book, something's wrong. You answering the phone's wrong, you saying the wrong thing, you don't know what to say, I don't know. But some of the general fundamentals of business, you guys, are your key performance indicators. Sometimes, things may change, like the economy changes. I have this person coming in, this person coming out, but every person should be responsible for certain key performance indicators. I have to know if you are doing your job. Every person that works for me is responsible for doing certain things, including me. Like, it's my job to make sure that I retain certain students. So if I have a student that comes in and they take the 3 certification class, it's my job to make sure that they know about the continuing education classes, right? I'm giving y'all a little bit of our background so you know how we have successfully built a 7-figure business. If you are by yourself, right? If you're a one-person business, you should be holding yourself accountable to your KPIs. What are you doing to track your success? If you see 100 clients in a month and none of them come back the next month, you have a 0% retention rate. Something is wrong. What is going on in your customer service? Something is going wrong in, the results you're seeing. Something. But you need to be tracking your own results to see, wait a minute, I saw 100 clients and none of them rebooked for the next month. Those are what the fundamentals of business are. Those are some of the fundamentals. So at the end of the day, you need to be tracking how many of your clients you're retaining, how many are booking a second time, right? After they booked the first time. How many calls are you getting versus how many people are actually booking, right? How many Google reviews are you getting? One of my staff members is in charge of tracking Google reviews. She has a certain goal she has to reach for the month. And if we're not able to get reviews, good, bad, or otherwise, something is going on, right? What do we need to change? If I have a receptionist with a 10% booking rate, she's not going to be on the phones very long, right? How can I hold myself accountable? How can I hold my staff accountable? You do it by tracking key performance indicators, okay? So that is extremely important. When it comes to recession proofing your business, you need to make sure that you know what's working, what's not working, and what needs to change, all right? So step 1 was being proactive, not reactive. Step 2 was having cash flow on hand. And then 3 was sticking to your business fundamentals, including your KPIs, so that you know what is working, what's not working, what needs to change, okay? So those are the first 3. The 4th one, look at trends, you guys. Look at benchmarking and comparing yourself against other businesses. And when I say that, I say it financially, because you can't look at another business on Instagram and see that they had 10 clients this month and you had 2. You can't do that, okay? When I say look at trends, I say look at what is your overall profit margin, okay? If I made $100 and then I had to spend, 20 on the light bill, and I had to spend 50 on rent, and I had to spend all this and that, right? And I brought home $20, my profit margin is 20%, right? Because I brought home $20 out of 100. That's just an example of how you guys can calculate it. But you need to look at industry standards. Industry standards for spas, and I wrote it down, so y'all give me a second. Industry standards for spas, your take-home goal is about 15 to 20%, okay? So after all the bills are paid, I should be able to pay myself around 15%. So for every $100, $15. Now, that changes when take home is 15%. That might partially be to your staff, depends on how big your staff is. But when I say look at trends, you guys need to go out there and look and see what other spa profit margins are. If most spas are bringing home 20%, 30%, and you bringing home 5%, that means you are literally spending every dollar that you make. Something's wrong. You got to cut on your spending, especially during a slower economy. Why is it that I'm bringing in $100, but I'm bringing home 5? Where did the 95% go? Am I buying too much product? Am I going through too much product? Am I paying too many people? Or am I paying too much for my space? Those are the kind of things that you have to look at for your marketing overall when it comes to your business being able to survive in a slower economy, okay? Another thing, this is a big one. Oh my God, I hope y'all are ready. For marketing, create value, not discounts. And it's funny that I'm saying that because a lot of y'all may or may not have seen that in February we are doing a sale. If you've watched me for a long time, you know that I do not do sales. So just so you know, February and probably November, you're going to get a special from me. You're not going to get too much in between, okay? So take advantage of the $497 off. So our boot camps are $1,500 and $2,500 when they are normally $19.97 and $29.97. But I'm going to do this twice a year. It's kind of like Bath and Body Works, right? Everybody runs where it's, what is it, like buy 2 and get 3 free or something. People wait for that because they know they're only going to get 2 sales. But you guys need to be working on creating value, not just discounts. A lot of times people want to throw, oh, here's my monthly special. Here's my weekly special. Here's my holiday special. There's always a special, but you're not actually adding value to your clients. If you continue giving specials, you're not bringing any money in because the economy's already slow. I may only see 10 clients, and the 10 clients I'm seeing, instead of getting $100 per client, now I'm only getting $50 per client, and it's not bringing in a lot of cash flow, right? Excuse me. So consider packaging services together. Maybe you add another service in. We're doing a special, I'll tell you this, for the month of February. We're doing, it's called 2 Hearts Are Better Than One. I don't care if y'all steal it. But 2 Hearts Are Better Than One. And you can bring in your friend, your sister, your husband, your mom, whoever. And y'all are getting these 2 massages and 2 foot detoxes for a special, right? So we are doing something like that, but we're combining different services. And so you're getting more for what you would normally pay. Instead of me giving you a large discounted rate, I'm giving you more for the price, right? So sometimes you can add extra things in, or you can partner with somebody else. Maybe your service is normally $200, but instead of them just getting your $200 service, they get your $200 service and they get a $50, something or something free at another place, right? You partner with somebody else, or maybe they get a free product. So you're still paying the $200, but you also got this little extra thing that created value. Instead of you getting $50 off, you still paid me $200, but you just got a little bit extra, okay? So I just want you guys to know and understand that there are ways to create value, to bundle things, to add different things, instead of always saying discount, 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 $100 off, $100 off, you get this, you get that. There are other ways to create value and not just giving people discounts. Now, also, you guys cannot be afraid to increase your prices, because I know a lot of you guys, I have personally been hit with some of my manufacturers, some of my vendors saying, look, prices have gone up. The economy has affected us. We know we haven't gone up in 20 years, but guess what? We're going up $5 this year. And guess what? I'm going to pay it, right? Because I still need that thing, that product, that whatever. So I'm going to pay it. So at the end of the day, sometimes you guys actually need to be going up on your price, not down. Some of y'all are not making any profit because you're doing it at cost. You haven't even looked at your cost, but you're just so desperate to bring the client in that you're giving them the farm for free. So you guys have to look at that. You really and truly need to look at that and understand what your costs are, what you're trying to bring in, and just look at how you can create value, not just discounts, okay? And create an experience for your client. I know that I might sound like a broken record because I've been saying this so much, but clients will come back to you for an experience versus I just came in, I got on the table, she did this, and I left. Whereas, oh, well, here's your slippers, here's your robe. We have soft music playing. With us, people walk in, the first thing they know is, oh my God, what is that smell? It smells so great in here. So it's just a whole experience from beginning to end where the client is pleased and they want to come back. So those things really and truly matter, okay? And then I've got one more thing for you guys. And then, of course, if y'all have questions, comments, please let me know. And y'all continue buying the badges and subscribing on the channels, all that stuff too. But the last thing that I wanted to go over with you guys as far as like marketing the new way in today's economy, you guys need to be growing while others are shrinking. I started this conversation by saying I have seen a lot of businesses that are like, oh, I'm giving up. I'm going to sell all my products. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that because, things are so slow right now. There may be an opportunity right now for you to grow while other businesses are holding back. There may be an opportunity for you to have a growth strategy, or for you guys to add a new service, or for you to do something new and treat more people while other people are out there being afraid. You can actually grow and do more. We have a lot of students right now taking CEU classes, because they're like, while everybody is still doing, CVR only, I have clients that are asking about this other new service or new thing, and so I'm gonna learn something new. So it's perfectly fine for you guys at certain times to grow while other businesses are shrinking. There may be an opportunity right now for so many of you guys to buy a new machine that a year ago would have cost, I don't know, $20,000, but it's on sale for 10 because that manufacturer is trying to get rid of stuff that they have, right? When was the last time you guys called your manufacturers to get updated pricing? I do that every month, damn near. I'm like, okay, what do we have going on now? What are the specials? What can you do for me? Because I'm going to buy more this month than I did last month. Or, hey, I'm thinking about buying this new machine that I didn't have before. What can you do for me? What kind of deals do you have going? You get not what you ask not for, right? So at the end of the day, I'm out here growing while a lot of other people are shrinking. And you guys need to be doing the same. You cannot let fear stop you from growing, because ultimately you're the person who is going to either push your business forward or push on the brakes and stop your business from growing. Nobody else can do that for you. And I will tell you that every time there's a recession or there is a downfall and people are like, oh my gosh, more millionaires and billionaires are made during recessions than any other time. Freaking Uber and Lyft and like all of these Airbnb literally came out of a recession when people were struggling to try to find a place to live because of the house foreclosure stuff. And then Airbnb took over, right? So more real like businesses are developed and sustained and do extremely well during recessions than those that die. But it's all about you. Are you willing to push your business forward to the next level? So that's really what I have for you guys. Finally, I will say the most important thing that I can tell anybody is you need to surround yourself with other business owners that are smart. Make sure that you have a community around you that will support you and that you can support them. That's why I say find other, vendors, other partners, people that you guys can offer different ideas and support to. And this is going to be in 2 weeks, but I am going to talk to you guys about the steps that you need to be taking when you are looking at classes, because we have so many students calling us. It's crazy, asking like, I took this bad class somewhere else, what could I have done better? What could I have done different? And I'm going to talk about that in 2 weeks. But this week, like I said, I really just wanted to talk to you guys about that scarcity and really how to market and keep your business, not, like I said, not just surviving, but thriving in this economy. Like, this is the time, you guys. Healthcare. More people want to avoid going under the knife, but they need to know that you exist in your city, in your town, that you know what you're doing, and that you can help them get good results for a fourth of the price of that surgery. But if you're not consistently marketing, you're not making sure that you are creating value instead of always offering discounts, if you're not looking at what your profit margin should be, you don't even know how much it's costing you to run your business, you're not out here being proactive and planning ahead, your business won't survive, right? The biggest thing, KPIs. You guys, what are you tracking to figure out if your business is actually working or if it's not? What are you doing to make sure that you are taking care of business every day? All right. So those are the 6 tips that I have for you guys. I hope that you guys found some value in it. I hope that you guys can take some of that and implement it and look at your KPIs. How can you start tracking your success? How can you guys start changing your marketing? How can you make sure that you're not just spending, but actually saving, right? Or actually putting some money to the side so that you have the cash flow when the time gets, when the time gets hard. Because I've mentioned this all the time, but this is a cyclical industry, right? There are certain times when people want to spend, and there's certain times when people want to slow down on what it is that they're doing. You guys need to be prepared for that and ready when things slow down so that you speed up. You need to also have a consistent marketing plan. You can't just sit around and wait and say, oh, when things are slow, then I'm gonna market. But when things are good, I'm not gonna market. Does McDonald's ever stop marketing? No, you will always see McDonald's commercials. Does Fashion Nova ever stop marketing? No, I still get 10, well, not anymore, I unsubscribe, but I still get 10 text messages a day from Fashion Nova. But you guys are worried about sending out one monthly email because you think that somebody's going to unsubscribe from you. Not the way that the world works. All right. I started off today and I'm going to end it the same way with I'm a Survivor by Destiny's Child, because each and every one of y'all are survivors. All right. So that's how we're going to go out. But once again, I want to toast to each and every one of you. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. A few of y'all have had some comments. So before I end it, let me read some comments. Y'all know I'm so far away from the camera a lot of the time. I just need to have like staff stay here late with me, y'all. Y'all know I can't see. Hold on, let me see. All right, so we got a couple of comments. Let's say, is this recorded? Yes, it's going to be on our YouTube page and it's going to be on Instagram. She said, yes, my spa party with y'all was the bomb. Oh, thank you. Totally stealing it. Yeah, use the ideas. That's why they are here, y'all. Yes, y'all continue supporting me and I will continue supporting you. Make sure that y'all subscribe, like I said, on our YouTube, buy the badges, do all that fun stuff. And then do you mentor? Like, yes, absolutely. I have a full mentorship program. We do 3 months mentoring. We're actually going to be finishing up in March, so we will be starting again in April. That is a great question. It smells amazing in there. I remember. Oh, thank you so much. I love y'all so much. All right, you guys. So that's all that I had for y'all. I'm so glad that I'm feeling better and was able to get on here, join y'all, talk about some fun stuff. And y'all have a great day. Like I said, I will be posting this on our YouTube. And so if y'all have questions, subscribe, join. I will be back next week, even though it's the 3rd week, because I was sick the first week. So your girl is back. Got some good info, some fun stuff coming your way. So let me play I'm a Survivor, and then we're going to go out this thing. All right? All right. Let's see where it is, y'all. There we go. Y'all have a great evening. I will see y'all next week. Bye.